Our heroes are deep within an ancient temple, the unholy tomb of Hal'Rek. Dozens of onyx black statues kneel facing the front of the room where an abomination has its horrible mouth clamped down on some poor soul. Somewhere, meanwhile, in Orin, we see a familiar man in his home. It's Vin, the city guardsman, pulling on his boots, getting ready to head off to work. He had contemplated turning in what he knew about Corvitz to the Legion officials and the atrocities he saw at the warehouse, but he had remained silent until now. Perhaps today is the day that he unveils the evil that Corvitz was responsible for. As he makes his way through his modest home to the door, he is blindsided by a host of Legion troops breaking down that door, storming inside. "What can you tell us about Chad?" What? Chad! Tell us what you know about Chad! I think this is a mistake. For treason, for failure to arrest nor report the man responsible for the murder of Corvitz, you are hereby under arrest for treason. Hello, and welcome to another adventure with Miss and Mystics. We are a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. To my right is Gerald Waldrop as Zarin, the Changeling Avenger.
Hail and well met.
Natasha Waldrop as Vanya, the Half-Drow Assassin.
Hey!
And Matt Murphy as Stone, the Human Mystic.
Hey!
Finger guns. Yeah. And I am Steve Messenger, your Dungeon Master. Thanks for tuning in again. Folks, it's been a wild week. I will say 75% of the cast here has been sick to some degree. 25% being the strongest. And that's two thumbs, and it's this guy. Has not been that sick. Because you were sick too, right, Gerald?
No.
No? All right.
We're 50% strong.
50% strong, I stand corrected.
Learn math.
I'm not good at the maths. So if you're feeling a little sick, I would recommend a product to you, but we're not sponsored.
But you can
So good luck.
binge watch Miss and Mystics.
While you're sick and looking for your treatment, we have a backlog of episodes available on iTunes. I want to thank everyone for tuning in on the live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to reach out to missandmystics@gmail.com with your questions about Dungeons & Dragons. We're trying to answer some questions for you. Meanwhile,
Make the world a better place.
make the world a better place. Friends, it's been a quick minute. Where we left off, you were in certain peril.
As per usual.
As per usual. It's funny how that works.
We were in a dungeon, and it was dark.
And there
were
may or may
bad
not be a
day.
dragon.
There may be a dragon.
Are we really doing it?
The dungeons
doing
and
this?
the dragons? No,
Did you buy a pre-made? Are we playing? Is this just a book
It's
campaign?
the classic, the very first D&D adventure ever.
We ran out of material.
The most original.
It's literally just a maze to get to a dragon. That's it. There's traps, but there's a dragon at the end. No. So you found your way into the dig site. You were looking to investigate that letter that you had found,
Yes.
as far as needing the muscle at the dig site. And as you found the dig site, you found a bunch of bodies. Some of them were impaled on traps. Some of them seemed to be
Floating on balloons.
floating on balloons. Who would have thought that would have been such a hit item?
Clutch.
Immediate hit.
Dude,
Top of the charts right
I
away.
still got crap from my first shopping experience. Hasn't been used yet.
Yeah.
Body balloons, man.
Instant
Yeah.
fave.
Yeah.
How's your shake weight doing? I feel like that could have come in handy.
I'm saving it.
Okay.
You made your way down through not catacombs, we'll just say dungeon. You made your way down through the dungeon down into the tomb of Hal'Rek, as you found. And Vanya, you were able to decipher that there were dozens upon dozens of these black onyx statues facing towards the front, kneeling. And one of those demon fellas from episode 2 is up at the front, seemed to have someone in its clutches, and it was biting down on it. And it had looked up.
Oh, yeah. But it didn't see me because I was stealth.
Well,
You didn't say it looked at me.
let me roll some dice here. I'm going to roll all
Because
these
I was
dice.
stealthed.
Got a handful of dice. We'll see what happens.
Awesomely stealthed.
This is total Dungeons and Dragons right here. Yeah, it didn't see you. It did not see you. But it did look up, and it goes back down to clamping down on its prey. Stone and Zarin are back in the doorway from the stairs leading down there. Vanya, you have point on this. What do y'all want to do?
I'm going to wait for Vanya to report back in.
Oh, yeah, because I was scouting ahead to see if these were real or not, right?
Yep, and you've determined they seem to be statuesque.
Okay.
And just to recap, just to give you a quick second here and get our listeners caught up to speed. The room you're in, as far as you can tell, is a massive ancient temple. And from what you can tell, the ceiling is vaulted. It's very hard to see even with dark vision to the top. It's maybe 45 feet tall or so with several pillars that hold it up. The room must be probably around 100 feet deep, maybe 60 feet wide, made of hewn stone covered in different glyphs, as it were. And there's probably dozens, maybe around 100 onyx black statues that fill the room, kneeling facing the front. And it seems to be this demon figure, your buddy, your friend.
Hey there,
Not my
hey there,
friend.
guy.
I'm sure he's friendly.
I'm not your friend, pal.
Hey, guy. At the front, there seems to be almost like a elevated platform, almost like a stage of some sort, like a temple would have, up at the front with an altar.
And did you tell me last time that the glyphs we see around here are they just kind of ancient script about Hal'Rek?
Correct.
Okay. Nothing magical. Not gonna like walk by something and get
Yep.
sucked into a gem.
Well, again, there
No
goes that
spoilers.
page of notes. No, nothing like that.
If you can name the traps before you get to them, that's the rule in D&D. You get to bypass them automatically if you can identify them by sight.
It's like Rumpelstiltskin, right? You say the name, it goes away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Perfect.
welcome. You're welcome, party.
All right, and that demon's up at the front, sucking away.
Okay, how far am I from the gentleman?
The dead gentleman?
No.
The demon?
Us gentlemen.
Oh, those gentlemen, Stone and
Plural,
Zarin.
gentlemen.
You're 15, 20 feet away.
Okay. I'm assuming they can't see me, though.
It's very hard to see.
So I'm going to stealth back over to where they were
Okay.
and give them all this information.
Okay. Done.
I will not jump as she comes out of stealth.
Dear God.
Odin's beard. Tears beard. All right.
At the front, it's just an altar, but there's no, like, armor anywhere.
Not that you can see.
Just a demon.
This dungeon was probably already looted. I worry all these statues come to life. We should leave.
Yep.
I don't know
Don't
about
see
it.
anyone named Mara here. That's for sure.
What is that noise coming from up ahead?
That's the demon.
The demon.
That's what I call. I mean, I don't know what would I call him. The shadowy, the thing that was in the barn.
It's one of those.
Ah. I will grip the holy relic tight. Then we have work to do.
And you do hear the faint moaning of the, I guess the person that it has in its grasp. Just a very faint, somewhat feminine.
They're still alive.
So we hear sucking and moaning up ahead. We need to stop it quickly.
It's gonna be
One of those
one of
nights.
those episodes.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm confident you've got the thing which cures this beast. You know, we got that stone. We saw the kid with the stone.
No.
Pretty much slayed it. So if you're charged in, I'm behind you.
I mean, I clearly titled it Holy Relic of Demon Banishing, so let's see if it does its job.
If you're catching up episode 2, there was a child that held up this amulet and it blasted the demon into oblivion. So, are we confronting said beast?
Oh yeah.
All right, roll initiative.
Yes. Come here, beast.
Oh, jeez. We'd probably had an advantage if you didn't just do that.
I'm assuming she's rolling her assassinate first. Just on virtue of her initiative.
All right.
20.
Yeah.
Okay, so
There we go.
15 on the die makes that an 18.
How much for Zarin?
13.
All right. So you approach, and Zarin, greatsword brandished.
Yes.
Sword comes out. Vanya, you draw up your crossbow. Stone, you pull up your crossbow as well.
Correct.
And Vanya, you have the first move.
All right. I'd like to use my assassinate ability.
I would love for you to use your assassinate ability.
I love it when she
That's almost a word on its own. Assassinate ability.
Yeah.
how likely something is to be assassinated. Assassinatability.
Ugh. Use that in Scrabble sometime.
That's a mini
All right.
point.
The attack is a critical hit, so I still have to roll to attack, correct?
If you
That
hit,
is-
you crit. Yeah.
It is
And you
cold.
have advantage.
If you hit, you crit, you crit.
That doesn't look good.
No.
But you have advantage.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, that was a 4.
So roll another d20.
Oh,
That was
And
much
that
better.
Was 5.
That was better by a bunch.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh.
So,
That still hits?
how much was it?
Oh, I was kidding. So she rolled a 5. What was your total to hit? It's like plus 8, right?
14.
Plus
Oh,
That's plus
9.
9. I mean, yeah, you said yes. I'll roll my damage. I'm just surprised.
it does not hit. You guys say things over there. I can't see the camera so well. So,
to remember this.
And I almost got away with that.
yeah. If it
I
weren't
not
for
said
you
anything.
meddling DMs. All right, so you launch a bolt off, and it just sails past it.
That's not how you're supposed to do that.
Are you going to hide now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go and roll that. Go and roll it.
Just kidding.
Going the wrong way.
So there's this feat called Skulker, where if you miss, you just stay stealthed. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Also,
do you have that?
No.
Oh man.
that's
Man.
that's the most unfortunate.
10.
10. Okay, so you duck behind one of these onyx statues, and you feel like you're hidden.
Feeling like that doesn't help me.
Stone is up.
I don't think that traditional weapons are going to do much to this thing. I think this is about getting Zarin up there as the quarterback.
No.
So I'm going to stay readied on it
Okay.
and just pass off my turn
Okay.
to him.
And Zarin.
All right. So I did bless us as we walked in here last time. But I guess as I'm moving, if I hold the holy relic up to my sword, does it seem to react in any way?
No.
No.
Not at this point.
Okay. So I have it tied on that string around my hand, so I'll keep it in hand and then make my way up.
Okay. And you're not going to be able to make it all the way up this turn.
Okay.
By next turn, you'll be able to make it up to him.
Then I will just move and ready if it whatever direction it's going, I'll attack if it comes in as soon as it comes in range.
So Zarin's.
She attempted to assassinate.
Yep.
It's probably noticed this.
We'll find out on
I
it.
mean, that's the kind of clutches. We're not sneaking up there. We're not getting much closer without probably being attacked.
All right. You know what? It's a good point. I will cast Compelled Duel.
Okay.
So it gets a wisdom save, or it has disadvantage to attack anyone but me.
How about a, let's see here. Wisdom. How does 13 look?
Looks like a fail. Oh! Yes.
Man. Okay. So you have compelled it, and
Fight me, demon.
it looks up as your digitigrade legs, your heavy cloven feet are stomping across the floor, your plate mail starting to clank. It lifts its head up, and unless you're going to do anything else on your turn,
I have something for you. And I'll clutch the holy relic in my hand, see if it begins to glow.
You can feel it feels like it's buzzing a bit. I would say it's about the same as like your cell phone going off right now.
Okay.
It doesn't seem to be doing much else.
Can I have like a ready to action? If it attacks, can I do something preemptively
Yes.
based on its attack, especially since I passed
Technically-
on my turn?
Yeah, technically you're supposed to, with readying, you're supposed to say specifically, like, I am going to do this if this happens.
Specific action
Yeah.
triggered off specific circumstance.
Okay. I have
I'm
a
pretty much
specific
assuming that's
action.
what you were.
If he attacks us, I have a thing.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't want to tell him what it is. Then I'll be like, well, he doesn't attack you. So
You kind of do have to.
You did-
I mean,
yeah.
you just have to say like if it seems to like run toward one of us, that's a specific action. I have a spell and or power specific thing action. So you
Yeah,
can say
that's the
ranged
truth.
ranged attack, or whatever power it is that you're readying.
no, I have I have a shield I can put up
Oh,
in
I like
front
the
of
sound
us.
of
It's
this.
10 by 40, and I'll just if something comes hurling at us or it's coming at us, I'm just gonna plant down.
Okay. I like it. So it has not started to move yet, which is, I guess, good for y'all. But guess what? Now it's his turn, and I just had rolled. It does not detect the bolt that flew past its head. So
Oh, well, that makes this
doesn't-
much easier.
does not seem, but now it does, however, seem to notice good old Zarin, and it
good old.
its mouth slowly, it almost like the jaw pops back in the socket as it backs off this this humanoid figure that it has, and you hear the weight of a body drop on the floor and collapse, and it gets up and it stands up, and this thing it's a little bit bigger than the one that was in the barn. And
as they tend to be.
And we haven't established what your light source is in here.
One of us was holding a torch. I believe that was Stone.
Was it?
He was using had the torch on his mystic hand.
Ah, there it is. Okay.
I mean, I floated it on the body for a while, but I think that was one of two torches at that point.
Yeah.
I think I
We'll
said
just say there's some torchlight in there. Perfect. All right. So you see this figure kind of silhouetted against this I guess altar that it's up by, and it steps down, and Zarin, it's coming right at you, and it's not going to be able to get up to you to make an attack on this turn, but it's coming straight down the center aisleway towards you.
Come at me, brother.
Vanya, you're back up again.
Okay. I am going to. It's going towards Zarin.
Correct.
I'm going so he's leaving the body behind.
Correct.
I want to go check on the body.
You're going to have to run straight down this aisleway. You're going to provoke an opportunity attack if you do that.
Can I go down a different aisleway? There's no space between the statues.
There's space between the statues, but you're not going to be able to get up to that body in time. You're going to have to, just because you're going to have to weave in and out between them.
It's gonna die before I get there. Is that what you're saying?
It's interesting, like, if we have any psychologists that listen to the show that want to psychoanalyze our dearest friend, Vanya, who occasionally has no regard for life. Indeed, when it's a horse. Possibly also other folks.
Guard.
But then suddenly out of nowhere, we'll just be like, I gotta make sure they're okay. Like, the dichotomy here is...
I don't know. I mean, the guy on the boat, I didn't save him.
He certainly didn't.
I'm putting together Vanya's some of her background, character motivation, the hidden motivations. She's still looking for like a long lost love or something, and anyone that might be dying
Maybe that's
probably
the one.
it's probably given to her in a prophecy.
You don't want to let that one slip you by.
I don't know.
All right, so
Okay.
you're not going to be able to get up to that body this turn, and you can start stealthing your way up there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I could damage this thing. I think Stone is right in his assumption, and I don't think my weapon is magic.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Stone's watched a lot of TV, and things that have glowing eye holes and mouths, like just physical weapons, never work.
Right.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that's exactly what you used the first time. All right, so you want to stealth through the statues.
Also, your bow literally shoots like with magical frost bolts. So I don't know if it would qualify as not magic.
Is it magic?
Most definitely magic.
You
You got it from the magical vending machine.
That's what we should call it. Oh my gosh, I want one of those.
Yes. So
IRL.
So if you want to start sneaking up, I need a stealth check from you.
Not down the same row he's in though.
That's perfectly fine. What'd you get? What'd you get? What'd you get?
That gives me an 18.
Okay. So you
No,
start.
I'm sorry, 17.
Oh.
I thought my
that's
stealth
a
was a plus
much
9.
Wah, wah, wah.
Do 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 do. So you start sleuthing your way in between these statues, these onyx black statues, and you push your way up there. You're not quite up towards the body, but
Okay.
maybe on your next turn you might be able to get up there. Stone. You had a readied action, and now it's your turn again.
And it's coming at us.
It's running down the center towards Zarin.
I mean, where are you? Are you standing right with Zarin?
I was more concerned about any ranged attacks. If he gets to Zarin, I think it's the amulet comes out.
Game is on.
Yeah, I think melee range is where I want him to be.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna put up this shield and. I mean, he's running. He's seen us. It won't hurt to fire off a round at him.
All right.
So
So Stone lifts
guess.
up his crossbow. He takes aim.
he readies. He steadies. He takes aim.
Yes, please roll your die.
And then
Imagine what this looks like, Steve.
I can only
and
imagine.
he critical hits.
It's just imagine.
That's beautiful.
Critical.
Yep.
Oh my
That's a
lord.
crit.
Critical.
So let me guess now. You want to put side points in?
You gotta make it magic.
Hello. do you know I use a crossbow?
All right. So he lifts
yeah.
up his crossbow.
Yeah,
and
we're going 7. He seems
7.
He seems beastly. So
he's beefy.
that's gonna be a double roll. If you guys want to tune back in about 5 minutes, we will have this calculated out.
We got to run down the store and buy more dice.
Do you need a D10?
Yeah, give me all the D's.
Oh man.
These dice.
Can we auto tune that to something?
I want to make a soundboard with just clips from this show of things that have been said,
5, 6, 7,
and
8.
it's gonna be a sexy time.
All right. Do we have?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Do we have any more?
In fact,
See you
oh
earlier
yeah,
in
and
the
oh
show.
yes will be featured.
Oh yes.
So this is gonna be 2d8
Yeah.
Plus, yeah.
14
Give it to me.
d10.
How many D10?
14.
Oh man.
Threw up on my
So-
mouth a little bit.
You have. I hate to be the
Is it only 7?
sticking in the mud. So when you have a reactionary and then you have a bonus action. So I think the D10s are the psi weapon that you channel in beforehand, but then you have the brute force one that you can use as a reaction, if I remember correctly.
Oh boy. Here it is.
I mean, I love you doing lots of damage, but I also know
I
that
also
this is
love that.
processed.
What's your freaking problem, man?
Wait, aren't you just doing a crossbow attack?
Well,
What do
no.
you
He's,
mean?
well, so he has the psionic weapon ability where he uses a bonus action, then he shoots
Lethal
and
strike.
does D10s.
As a bonus action, you
Yeah.
imbue a weapon you're holding or your unarmed strike with psychic energy. The next time you hit with it before the end of your turn, it deals an extra 1d10 psychic damage per psi point spent.
So that's where you'd have to decide on the bonus action before you shoot, before you crit. But then you have the other one that's like the brute strength one that
Well,
you can do it as a.
I'm not trying to
reactive.
meta. I was definitely loading this thing full. So just to be clear, it wasn't like if I hit, maybe I'll think about some psi points. This was gonna be a full blast attack.
Totally.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You want me to do 2d8 and 7
He's
d10?
contemplating.
DM called.
Let's roll your damage.
Just roll your damn damage.
How many d10s?
A million of them.
Do a million.
As if you had taken your bonus action first.
Yeah, I'm fine with it
Nice.
So yeah, you
14
did
D10.
double damage.
because
Right?
you would have.
Okay.
We trust you.
we
I-
trust
You're the
you.
main character.
I don't trust you.
And Steve,
I'm just going.
here's the
with that.
damage. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so
Can't with me.
just count as I narrate what's happening. So Stone lifts up his crossbow as Zarin is stomping down the center aisle, his heavy cloven hooves smacking into the tile stone floor. I'm getting very descriptive because of how much counting is happening.
Doing snorting and
The
goat-like noises.
the demon made of black, dark shadows coming at him. The bolt rips through the air and flies down the center.
Suffused with its purple, radiant, shining energy.
I feel like not just yet. It's on. It's like a tiny white point of light at the front of the bolt, and as it zips past Zarin, Zarin's hair shoots off the side, and his cape flies up, and then it bursts into this brilliant bluish purple nova around it, and there's this huge shockwave coming off the back, and it flies down towards the demon, smacking it square in the chest for a total of.
Does it look like a rainbow?
Loading. One
It's
moment, please.
It's a rainbow in the dark.
86.
86.
Yeah.
86 that
chest.
one. Gonna 86 that power.
And
Explosion.
impacts, and it recoils to the side,
Oh no.
and it comes back down, and it's still trotting straight down the aisle.
Look out, Zarin. That was 86 damage it withstood.
86 dagger blows, you say?
86 horsepower on that one.
Any other action?
That sounds ridiculous. I don't even believe it.
But I can envision it
No,
just
I'm-
screeching.
I'm pretty tired.
Like you in movies.
Stone's all tuckered out. All right. It is now Zaren's turn. You are now on this movement. You'll be able to get up to do some melee damages.
Go, gadget relic.
So, as you're drawing in near to this demon, you could feel that the amulet is starting to shake,
Yes.
even with more vigor, as it were, more pep. But it doesn't seem to be doing the thing that it did in the barn.
Give it an extra shake.
Even with that, you can feel like it's roaring to life a bit in your hand, but it does not seem to be working its magic just yet.
All right.
Did you do anything differently?
So I'll continue moving toward the demon with this thing in hand. And if it looks like it's going to pounce at me, I'm going to wait till the very last moment to see if it does anything, if there's any action. And if not, last moment, I will go ahead and bring my great sword down.
So
at
you
the
have
demon.
Zarin adjusts his hand so the chain of the amulet's wrapped tight around the palm of his hand, with the orb that's at the end is hanging on the outside, and you choke up your grip on the sword because it looks like it's time to swing away.
Swing away. All right. We are swinging. I will go ahead and put my abjuration on, or my
Sugar
Channel
for
divinity.
going
Sugar.
down, swinging.
sugar on him. Pour some sugar on him. All right.
Up the
Giving me
song.
advantage on my attacks with my bonus action.
And
What are we looking at?
A 10 and a 7, it
All
looks
right.
like.
So 10, that's going to be an 18 to hit.
yep.
All right. And we will channel a smite on that one.
Of course.
Just a little smite.
Time to get all smitey.
I mean, it's a demon after all.
Yes.
I don't see any 1s or 2s.
Oh, good. Make that easy. 9, 13, 20, 27, plus 7. So
27
34.
plus. How much of that was smite?
34. So the radiant was the most of it. So 3d8 of it.
3d8.
Half of it, call it.
Okay. So as you slice into this demon, and your sword comes down, and this huge arc of radiant light falls down behind it, it seems like that radiant light just smacks the hell out of it, and it makes this god awful howling screech. And like it's like a shower of sparks, like an arc flash just shoots out of it, and it seems to be hurt real bad by that.
Okay. So if it's still up and I still have movement left after that, I'm going to go ahead and drop the greatsword and pull out my shield.
Okay. And as you're doing that, you notice that the amulet does seem to be shaking even more.
Okay.
So, cool.
Everything cool starts shaking in this game.
Including the immovable rod
Oh, yeah.
shake weight.
It's been shaking in my pocket for like a week.
Phrasing?
Yeah.
All right. So, Zarin
Yes.
it is running up on you and does a 20 hit.
On the button.
Shit.
Right in the schnoz.
All right, so it comes down with its claws on you, and it hits for 18
Ouch.
damage, and just these claws rake down across your armor, across your face, and it just causes some tremendous damage.
Zarin will reel back and look back at him with a look of severe determination.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And the demon looks back at you coyfully. And Vanya, it is now your turn.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to try and make it up to that body. See if
Okay.
it's still alive.
Keep on sleuthing. Roll that stealthy check.
All that stealth.
You always have this poker face when you look up.
Oh,
But
yeah?
every time that you look up with a poker face, I know it's not good.
Right? Because every good roll is, yay!
Yeah.
Oh. Can I re-roll?
Randomly for no
Thought
good
it
reason.
fast.
I know.
Nicely.
It's been a couple seasons. It's been several episodes, many hours doing this thing that we do. Maybe this is something new we can
I mean,
start.
it's DM's call, right?
What? Humor me. What did you roll?
A 1.
Uno.
Did I like knock over all the
Uno.
statues?
We all called Uno.
You know?
Oh yeah, what were we supposed to do that for?
Once when you roll a one.
I really like that idea of knocking over the statues. I hadn't thought of it. But since you said it. So
I don't know
Vanya,
how many ideas I give the
Critical
DM.
fail.
Vanya is stealthing her way in between,
She doesn't
slipping
feel good
between the shadows.
today.
And here's what I will say is that you slip on
I'm laughing. Sorry.
you Vanya slip on some blood that's on the floor from a dead guy who's near you. And as you slip, you try to catch yourself and you knock over one of these statues.
Which then
it
hits.
does
It falls on the body.
to create a domino chain reaction. However,
This is a 3-minute long, like Rube Goldberg style.
like everyone stops. And,
We all just watch.
and as soon as you think it's done, one then falls over and starts the chain reaction on the other side of the aisleway. And all the way around. No, it's just a couple of them around you end up falling over. But you are able, I will say, you are able to make your way up to the body that's collapsed down there. Although you are pretty well detected. He did notice you do that.
Predator tracked you in.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank goodness that demon has thermal vision. Because he definitely saw you after you knocked over everything. You are now up on this body, though. And
Okay.
do you want to do something?
Yeah, I want to.
Assassinate.
I want the experience from the kill. Okay. No, I want to see if it's alive. I don't know if that takes an action, a bonus action. If it is alive, I'll roll medicine.
Medicine check, please.
Okay.
So Vanya
3.
kneels down.
Oh.
5.
And how many?
5 altogether. I rolled a 3.
5.
Yeah.
So Vanya kneels down and pushes her forefinger and middle finger up to the carotid and just kind of pokes this person in the neck
Oh my goodness.
and realizes that she doesn't really know what she's doing.
Is this helping? Do you
you feel better?
This is normally where I'd stab. Is this right?
As she's pushing on the neck, they go, ugh. Stop. And that,
You're hurting me.
is where we're gonna cut to a break.
Greetings. This is Gerald. I am the voice of Zarin. I'm glad I could be here with you on this break. I wanted to tell you about some of the cool things that you can find on the website if you head there, like character backstories. We're going to be fleshing out a lot of that. I'm going to have a place eventually there where we're talking about some of the rules, and it's been mentioned, the custom rules that we're kind of using that I'll be discussing with Steve. If you're interested in that sort of thing, I may end up doing a special channel where I discuss game rules for Myths and Mystics. You can submit questions there, but we'll have all that information there. Huge mechanic gearhead geek when it comes to D&D mechanics, and I'll be releasing stuff also for Myths and Mystics there. But yeah, just head over to the website. There's, of course, merchandise there. If you like what you're seeing, it's awesome for if you can support us. And I hope you enjoyed this break. Later.
Welcome back from the break.
Stop it. That hurts. Stop fucking me.
Have you ever seen the old G.I. Joe PSAs?
No.
Okay. Please stop. All right. Anyways, Google that. That's an old E-Bombs World thing. And well, you get the idea. So, Von, you're up on this body, and even though you're crude,
Finger
rudimentary way of prodding this individual, you realize that there is still life in this one, and it is a drow lady.
Ooh. She's my kin. Ish.
Kinnish.
She's my kinnish.
There's a little bit of backstory with you and the your whole situation there with the drow tribe. So head on over to mythsandmystics.com to check out some of that to get a little bit of context. So moving right along, it is now over to Stone.
I'm gonna hurdy this thing again.
Got some more juice to pour into that.
I'm running low on juice now.
Yes.
So
I'll toss him a bottle of juice.
I'm gonna throw three
If only it were that easy.
side into this one.
Okay. Go and roll
I gotta
your attack.
Gotta save a couple, you know.
So Stone pulls another bolt from his quiver, slaps that bad boy in there.
17 with a +3 is a unnatural 20.
That's going to hit. Go ahead and roll
right.
damage.
1d8.
Again, he takes
That's
aim.
an 8 plus 3. D10 is 8, 12, 18, 24.
Okay. So the bolt zips past Zarin, and again, this thing just plugs straight into the demon, and this bluish purple nova blasts off, and again, it is not happy with the outcome of that.
What kind of damage is it doing when it attacked him?
Oh, but is it doing to me?
Yeah.
It raked me. Is it like a slash?
Slashing
It's
damage?
slashy.
Okay.
Slashy damage.
Slashy.
Slashy. All right. Zarin, you're up.
All right. I'm really glad I forgot about my extra attack ability last round, but this round I shall not forget.
Yeah, that's the thing that you got.
So I got that thing.
That's the thing that paladins do.
insane. Paladins, fighters, 5th level melee characters in general. Yeah.
Maybe,
All right.
maybe start doing that.
I will start doing that. I'm using the arming sword, long sword now.
Okay, I'm.
What about your relic thing? What's it doing?
Yeah, that's a good question. After I
Every time that damage is occurring, it seems like it's starting to shake even more. Yes.
we're weakening its essence. It's hold to this material plane. 11 plus an 8, so 19 to hit.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
So Zarin lines up another swing, and he's coming back across his body from the counter swing
Another smite.
and connects. And again, a shower of just this bright yellowish white light shoots off the demon for a total of
All right.
a bazillion damage.
7, 10, 17 plus 7, 24.
24. All right. And again, seems to be extra effective. Extra.
All right. So most of that is radiant now. Only 1 d8 of that now is the long sword. And I'll attack again.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. 14 plus 8, 22
Yep.
to hit. All right. And then I feel like I'd have to smite, even though I'm also running lower on juice. I feel like I do have to smite
Okay.
for the radiant on this demon. All right.
Reroll the 1, right?
Yep. So we got 12. It's 3 and an extra smite die against demons. 15.
Jeez.
Is that another 6?
6,
Yeah.
yep. Lots of 6s.
Triple 6s. So 17,
Against demons, how odd.
auspicious. So 23, 20 plus 7, 30 damage.
Nice. So you're on your counter swing. It slices up, and you bring your sword down one more time. And this time, not only do you have the holy light that's coming down with smite, that's just radiant damage that's just raining down on this demon. Now the amulet kicks to life, and in your shielded hand, as you're bringing down the sword, light shoots down. A spark of energy just shoots out, and then the amulet on your offhand blasts this huge beam of light, and this demon just shoots off into 1,000 different pieces across the room,
Back to the abyss.
and it's silent.
And each one of those pieces starts to attack you.
1,000 demons. Roll for initiative.
1,000 shiny demons.
Nice.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice kill.
Air fist.
No, that's really dumb. There. Real
okay.
fist.
Real fist.
I think I heard it in her mic. That
I
was
think
I
I did.
did.
solid fist work.
Solid.
Fist in front of my face, guys.
Okay, we got to move right past
Right
that.
along.
Moving right along. So we're going to cut up to where Vanya is. You're kneeling down by this drow, and she is barely hanging by a thread.
Zarin, I'll holler for him.
Yes.
Louder than this.
Okay.
I'm going to follow.
Did you
as
see
well.
what I just did?
Yes. Well done. Please come help.
No. All right. Run up there.
All right. And you're going to
Panic. So.
just panic.
Oh my gosh! What? Dear God! What is wrong? Her skin is bleeding.
Real bad.
All right, I'm gonna put my hands upon her
Okay.
and put a few points of healing in to try to staunch the bleeding.
Okay. And as you do that, she seems to stabilize a bit, but it seems as though whatever this demon was doing, no matter how much you try to heal her, she is not going to be the same. It's destroyed part of her psyche, just mentally.
Dying
Yeah.
in the maw of a demon.
And she looks up. She says, "Don't awaken. Don't awaken. Hal'Rek."
Real quick, I'm going to psionically communicate with her. Got to bypass the body.
Seems like you're
She's
having
gonna be like,
trouble.
oh, thank God you can hear me. I'm having a hard time speaking.
So Stone, you use your mental link to try to break through to it, and you can tell that just the sheer damage that this demon was doing to her soul, her body, her mind. It's just synapses are trying to connect, and it's just not happening. The
I'm going to try again.
roll.
That's DM for I'm not playing along.
Well, it's her mind cannot formulate sort of that inner monologue that you have. She cannot physically or mentally make it happen. So, you are now standing up at the front. And why don't we roll the perception check? Why don't you all just roll that?
22.
22.
24.
I got a 11.
Oh, man.
I was too busy trying to probe through her mind.
Yeah. So, Stone, you're still trying to make that connection happen. As you're looking around, you're up at the front of the room. There are, up on this sort of elevated platform here, this altar, if you will, there are 2 pedestals on either side. And they both look as though something had been standing there. And who had 24? I'm sorry. Was that you did? It seems as though those are about the size and area of the 2 demons, as though they were standing on either side of this, on the floor, a circular sort of granite slab that has glyphs all the way around it. Zarin, as you're looking at this, as you're standing up there, this drow, she is wearing this dark leather armor, much like the bandits that you saw earlier that were capturing all these folks. So she seems as though she might be maybe the ringleader of this group. She seems to have a slightly fancier version of that set armor. But as you look over at this circular slab on the floor, you see that there are several glyphs around it, all signaling that something to do with Hal'Rek. Maybe this is the holy place of Hal'Rek, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But as seemingly obvious as it may be, there seems to be some sort of lever mechanism next to it.
No.
Yeah, that seems like the do not pull lever. Seems like a disable forever lever.
I could pull it with my mystic hand from afar.
No.
No.
Let's not pull this
Ever.
ever.
And lock this place up so no one can pull it ever.
Well, I'm going to give you one last piece of information that Zarin would have, just given your background in history. And I forget which episode it was, but you had a history check where you nailed it. You had a 20 on it. And I'm going to let that carry to right now, where
Beautiful.
You remember, because this was stated in an earlier episode, that when Hal'Rek was more or less banished from this plane, his body was encaptured in some sort of like stonish, statuesque sort of figure, and that it was put away somewhere.
Sealed away. Probably below this series of runes. All right. Does it look like there was any attempted defiling damage done to the ceiling that these runes appear to be doing?
No, but Stone, even though you aren't necessarily seeing all the things that these folks are seeing, your teammates here, I guess if you had a spidey sense for being a mystic, your psionic energy, there is sort of a weird psionic energy about this place. It's oddly reminiscent of that feeling whenever you take your crossbow and you line up your shot and you charge it with energy. It seems as though that trace of that energy is in this room.
Are you familiar with these levers? I've seen you disable different types of devices in the past, Sonia. This lever, can you tell where it connects to or its purpose?
I can take a look.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's. So with a rogue, I'm going to say this is going to be sort of a. I feel like this is a sleight of hand to understand how these mechanisms work. Much like you'd use a sleight of hand for a lockpick, this is a lever. This is a trap mechanism. So go ahead and roll a sleight of hand for me.
Using intelligence or?
Well, just sleight of hand.
18.
So as you're analyzing this lever mechanism and whatnot, just your knowledge for how mechanisms work and that sort of thing, you're looking at the gears that are down at the base of it, and it does seem as though this lever is directly connected to that circular slab.
I'll share this with them.
All right.
Does it Has this tomb or chamber been opened? Is the armor still down there?
I don't know. I know that Hal'Rek was in prison long ago, and I don't know if we could say that his armor is here or if it's the demigod himself.
What worries me, if we leave it, someone who worked for that witch will come down here and release him looking for the armor. We cannot stay here forever, protecting here.
Agreed. The problem is we don't know if it's going to release him or if it's just going to show us what resides within. But if it is open now, we could work to bury it, but the location is no longer a secret, so it will only be a matter of time. It is probably best if we are here to deal with it now, instead of it being done later when we can't be here.
And not being dealt with.
Stone's walking over to them.
You haven't been over here?
He's been dicking around again.
I thought you were like right by us, poking in this lady's head.
He found another hand.
He has that effect on people.
Traded out John's hand for Tom's
Fresh.
hand.
Fresh hand.
No, I felt like I was. I don't know. I'm still here. Yeah.
Well, hello again.
Every part of me, just the whole time you've been talking, just wanted to kick this lever.
Is that what Stone's saying?
Stone, do you concur? She's already pulling the lever.
That's what I felt like.
Get an itchy trigger finger.
Enough talking. Are we going to open this thing or not?
If you concur.
Yes, there's something about this place that I have to understand. So,
Oh, one moment. I'm going to run back and pick up my greatsword.
All right.
Get that
it
ready.
was incredibly rude.
But very important nonetheless.
Fair. I say we pull the lever. What?
Nah.
All right. So
you pull it, I will be ready with my greatsword to swing
Are we
down.
all ready?
Yeah,
my
Stone
crossbow.
will get two hands on the lever. Ready.
all right. So
You're
you all
looking
get
at my
in positions.
Holy
to
relic again. Yeah.
wrap it around your wrist, ready to go.
Crossbow's
Vanya,
ready.
you're ducked down in the shadows, ready to attack. Stone, you step up to this lever, and you wrap your hand around it. Put the other hand on top. You take a breath, and then you pull back on this lever. And as you do,
It breaks.
and that's the end of the no.
I really thought you were wrapping us up there.
Oh no.
Okay, good.
No, we still have a few minutes here. So you pull back on this lever, and it takes a bit more effort than you thought as you're breaking through thousands of years of just rust and erosion on these gears as they
You can do it.
clack to life. And
Supposed to soak these in WD-40 for 30 minutes before.
PB Blaster, and you hear these gears start to grind inside as this stone slab starts to push up out of the floor and spin. And as it spins, you see this watery fluid just start to pour out from underneath it.
No.
And you have this musty, old smell of this water as it just starts to pour over the floor. And the stone slab raises up, and it actually, with that water pressure underneath it, slides out of the way. And you start to see this gushing of, this bubbling of water, just this pressure start to overflow, and this figure starts to spin up out of it. And it is still as it spins, and in the torchlight that you have here, you see this horrible, demonic humanoid figure with these large ram horns coming off either side of its head, with its arms crossed in front of it and chains as it spins up and locks in place. And this statue, standing maybe 9 feet tall, locks in place with the insignia of Hal'Rek engraved in it by its feet. And suddenly, all that noise, all this commotion, all these mechanisms that are turning and spinning, the room goes silent with a loud
Push the lever back the other way.
It starts to spin back down in the water. Goes
Awesome.
no.
Sweet.
The lever
close.
seems to have lost its usefulness at this point.
No.
Why don't we roll another perception check?
I thought you were going to say initiative. Holy crap.
You perceive the grave mistake that you've just made.
All right. 18 for stone. Or sorry, 21.
Okay.
13.
13?
20.
Okay, so Vanya and Zarin, as you're seeing this thing move up, it seems as though years and years of just this thing being submerged underwater. It almost has a look that a lot of rock formations have underwater, where the water has sort of eroded away the rock surface and it looks brittle. And even parts of this statue look as though they're starting to fall away and crack. Stone, something about this statue seems a little too familiar. And as you're looking at it and you're taking this all in, you start to feel your pulse in your neck. And next thing you know, you have a ringing in your ears. And before you know it, everything goes to white. And there you are again, standing in that white space. Stone,
Guns.
you are alone.
Right?
No, it's
Rows
not the
of
Matrix.
weapons?
It's not the Matrix.
I tried.
You look around, and Vanya is not there. Zarin is not there. You do not seem to be in the room that you were just standing in. You are now standing in this white space, and maybe 10 feet in front of you, there's a single dark point, this black orb sitting in front of you. What do you do?
Squish it. What's my foot?
It's eye level.
It's infinite white. Every direction there's one black thing.
Yep.
I can either wait or touch the black thing.
Is it in reach?
It's about 10 feet away. Eye level. You seem
Oh,
as though you.
it's eye level.
Last time around,
And
you
I will
were.
approach it.
Okay, so you start to step forward. And again, just like last time, as you step forward, this white space around you is quickly devoured by the darkness, and you are there standing again in this dark chasm. And your feet are standing on this hard, cold rock surface that seems to be damp from the moisture. It seems like you're underground somewhere. And the only light seems to be from this sort of otherworldly bluish hue coming from far off in the distance. And again, as you're walking forward, you see the edge of this cliff face that drops down 100 some odd feet. And you walk up to the edge, and looking down, you see all these bodies of these werewolf-like figures, these whitish gray sort of woven but fiendish figures down on the floor writhing around. And you see that blue orb again off in the distance. This time, though, as you're standing there, you notice something next to you. And as you turn your head to the left, you see that there is this figure that is just bathed in these black shadows standing right next to you. And it says, "Well, look who it is. How do you keep finding me?" "Well, Stone." That's not your name, Stone. "Last time, I found you. But it looks like this time, you found me." And that's where we're going to end this week's episode on Myths and Mystics. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you next week. See ya.
Oh my gosh.